Chapter 9:11. Drew, who was disdainful of Trump, suddenly became a little dreaded. Alfie was so respectful and reverent to his son-in-law, which proved that Trump was a more important figure than him in Alfie's opinion. He asked his friends about Trump's son-in-law's information, who happened to have attended the last reunion. He said with a smile, "Oh, him. I think he's an unemployed house husband, but we're not quite sure exactly what he does for a living." Drew was a businessman, after all. He had seen much of life to know the differences. Alfie's attitude alone was enough to indicate that Trump's son-in-law was not someone he could underestimate. He must be somebody who did great things to earn such honorable recognition from Alfie. This also made him feel worried and fearful of the consequences after ridiculing Trump earlier. He could tell that, based on Alfie's gracious manner towards Trump, it would not end well for him if he went up against Trump for real. He glanced at Trump, horrid and cautious, and said after much hesitation, "Hey, Trump, I'm sorry for what I said earlier, I was just screaming blue murder. We're all friends, I hope that you won't take it to heart. Let's talk it through, what do you think?" Trump knew that Drew's abrupt change of attitude was because he deciphered Alfie's attitude towards him and concluded that he was not someone he could mess with. He didn't want to let Drew go so easily, but Nat Arias suddenly spoke, "Trump, we're all friends. Let bygones be bygones." Trump nodded reluctantly and said to Drew, "Okay, I'll let it slide for Nataria's sake. I won't attack unless I'm attacked, so if you stop getting on my nerves, I'll stop picking on you." Drew would have exploded in fury long ago if someone talked to him like this on usual days, but he dared not to right now. He was on the Adair family's territory and Trump earned such great respect from Alfie. If he foolishly made a scene here, he would be digging his own grave, so he mumbled sheepishly, "Trump, you're the bigger man here. I'll give you a toast later." Seeing the abrupt change in Drew's attitude, the other attendees knew that Trump struck fear in Drew's mind. Some were even surprised to see the Adair family be so polite to Trump's son-in-law and wondered what he had done to earn such an honor. Trump was feeling exceptionally cocky and proud. He was somewhat astonished that his son-in-law was still able to boast his reputation even though he was not here. He was certain that his friends would not dare to underestimate him after today. Meanwhile, Viley was driving to his company. British and Japaneses had different sets of behavior styles. Japaneses rarely used their own names to name companies because as a whole, they believed in being obscure and secretive, a highlight of their modest and humble manner in general. As for Britishes, they were generally very straightforward and perceptible. Many well-known British companies were basically named after their founders.